brick and mortar to click and order. And now I'm proud to introduce former veteran, military police, and a member of Knights of Columbus, my dad, James Zuli.
And my son, Chairman and CEO of EZWAY Network, known as the Digital Dick Clark, Eric Zuli. Good morning, Radio Boomers Live listeners around the world. Good morning to our EZWAY family. Welcome to our superstar host of the show, my son, Eric Zuli. Eric, are you ready to rock and roll today?
I am, Dad. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, EZWAY family. Man, I am super stoked on another great episode of Radio Boomers Live. And if you're new, just now tuning into the show, you can subscribe to Radio Boomers Live at www.rbllive.com and tell your friends. So we have a network called EZWAY Network, and we welcome you to our EZWAY family. Go follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Look for EZWAY family. We have over 11,000 high quality, good heart-centered people that are currently on the network. And make sure you look up EZWAY Network. Make sure you create an account. You can look up EZWAY Family, EZWAY Network, EZWAY Interactive on Google Play or Apple Store. Download the app. Post what you got going on. Connect to our guest today. If you want to connect to our guest today, that's where you're going to be able to do it, is the app, the mobile app, EZWAY Interactive. But I'm really excited about the show, Dad. And this show is brought to you by a new sponsor, Dad. You know we have a new sponsor, All Aboard Limousine Service.
Absolutely. I remember. All aboard. And
well, EZWAY is going to be riding in style today. I mean, we're going to be riding in style to an amazing event tomorrow. It's called Top Talent Hollywood, with the creator of DocuSign, the CEO of C-Suite Network. He was on The Apprentice. Jeff Hazlett, Lisa Nichols from The Secret, David Fagan from Guerrilla Marketing and Top Talent, Isabel from Top Talent. All these amazing, incredible people. I'll be speaking on the stage as well. I'll be on the panel. We're going to be riding in style with All Aboard Limousine Service to an amazing event. So make sure you guys tune in, because we'll be live. You will be live in the direct. You know how we roll. If you have the app, you're going to know what's going on.
Absolutely. And this is going to be nice. Don't have to drive, Eric. I like it.
Well, Dad, there couldn't be more of a gift as far as I'm concerned when it comes to having support as a sponsor of some sort. And it's interesting how it happened. My friend Issa, who's also an actor, I originally met him 17 years ago as a limo driver. And now, fast forward 17 years, he's got a limo company. And he hit me up and he's like, hey, man, I want to be the official exclusive limousine company for EZWAY Family. And so that means that all of the EZWAY family, that means everybody that we have, if you guys want to ride in style, you get special pricing. You get special discounts being a part of the EZWAY family. So if you ever need a limousine company, you definitely need to look up All Aboard Limousines.
Absolutely. I love their limos. They're classy. And I'm looking forward to the ride.
So
we're about ready to roll for our Hot Topics.
It's almost Hot Topic time. So again, All Aboard limousineservice.com if you want to check that out. And yeah, Dad, I know you stayed up all night giving us some good news in Hot Topics, and there's a lot of information that you guys got to learn. So Hot Topic time, and we have a really special guest, guys. So you're going to learn a lot about our honoree at the EZWAY Awards. SUJATA is going to be coming up here soon. And, you can also text EZWAY to 59925 if you want to follow along text message wise and actually, be connected to what we're doing. But, yeah, Dad, it's Hot Topic time. And when you hear that music, you know what to do.
Topic time. Well, it was Mother's Day yesterday, and to all the mothers that may have missed a Mother's Day wish, we welcome them, we give them a belated Happy Mother's Day to all Well, I think it's approximately 85 million of you out there from the U.S. And let's get on into a little bit of news. We got the White House on Sunday announced the China trade deal. The U.S. had $1.2 trillion trade deficit with China because now the president declared a national emergency because of this deficit, and the trade tariffs came in, and they had a negotiation going on there, and it turned out to be a beneficial talk because they're going to do a 90-day trade tariff suspension. So a lot of businesses will be happy about that. Trump stated he will sign an executive order at lowering drug prices, and one of the gists I got from the whole thing was, say for instance, on a diabetic, on the insulin. All right, if it was $100 for an insulin vial, just for an allergy, right? $100 here in the U.S. with our pharmaceutical. When you go overseas and check Spain, France, Germany, and all the other prices, if their prices are lower, we find the lowest price and we will equal that. So if it's only $20, we're going to be having Big Pharma drop from 100 down to 20. So that'll be a little adjustment. And that's a big one, big change. The country is, there's a lot of money in that industry, and this is going to benefit a lot of people. Pakistan and India have been having a little trouble there, so you've probably seen it in the mood in the news. So there's been tit-for-tat airstrikes. Pakistan said it targeted military sites, and they're two nuclear powers, so we don't want that going anywhere. So Trump intervened, and now the two countries have agreed to a immediate ceasefire. So hopefully that's put to rest. Russia-Ukraine update. We got Zelensky hopes for a ceasefire, while Russia, Putin agrees to meet in Turkey for peace talks. Putin says Russia is committed to restart the peace talks. So he's looking at about April 15th. Hey guys, AI has been acting up. Some of the top people, they seems to be some kind of thinking on its own stuff going on there. Recent actions kind of shook up the high-tech people. They're talking about misinformation and actually not coming back with the responses that they thought. And it's almost like they're thinking on their own. They're looking into this misinformation. It's becoming a major concern. All right, AI, well, basically, on the other hand, it's opening so many doors to innovation and discovery, so I think we're still on the positive mode with that. But anyway, a lot of new stuff comes in. There's a lot of concern with job loss. AI is going to really, engineers are saying with all the education they have in engineering, math, and the sciences, they got AI bots come in that could do all that. But it also creates new jobs. So we'll see how it all unfolds.
Guys, everybody's tuning in. By the way, don't forget to press the share button, like and comment the show. Tell your friends if you like it. Go to www.rbllive.com if you want to subscribe, get your chance to be on the show. Follow us at EZWay Family on Instagram. But if you guys, we want to hear your opinions. So what do you think of AI? I mean, do you think AI is going to potentially take over? Do you think AI is a good thing, is a bad thing? I mean, just give us your comments, your opinions on where you think AI is going. Do you use AI? Do you have any suggestions for AI? Do you have any app suggestions? We actually have an AI expert, Mona Tenjo, that teaches you AI within the EZWay network, and she's very, very, very good. But hey, great information, Dad. I mean, this is how we keep up with what we're doing with EZWay News and EZWay Network. But we're gonna go to a commercial break, guys, and when we come back, we're gonna have our extra special guest, Sujata, who is one of our EZWay Awards Golden Gala honorees. She's doing some really incredible things. And this commercial is going to let you know more about EZWay podcasts. So if you have a show or a podcast that you want to get out to the masses, we now just signed a deal with a platform with 350 million impressions per month which is
Wow.
Don King, Cedric the Entertainers, and a lot of other great stuff. We have a channel on iTube 247, so it definitely behooves you to do it the easy way. We'll be right back.
Welcome to EZWAY Podcast. Do you have a podcast? Maybe you want to create one. Let EZWayPodcast.com make it a little easier on you and your guests. For only $99 a month, you can super boost your podcast, get more subscribers, advertisers, and manage everything all in one place with EZWay Network.
Get seen and heard the easy way, get a larger reach, meet quality potential guests. You could be on Roku, Apple, Amazon, all mobile devices, and smart TVs streaming on EZWay TV. Our network helps you get advertisers and people wanting to pay you for an interview, as well as brand credibility and more social media followers. Try it free. Register to EZWayPodcast.com.
Register to EZWayPodcast.com, guys, and you can go to EZWayPromotions.com too if you need any support and promotion for your business. But all right, well, so coming up next, we have Sujata, who's an entrepreneur, life mentor, mental well-being consultant, author, keynote motivational speaker, and podcaster. A perspective observer of people who has a passionate interest in inclusion and mental well-being. And Sujata is an acclaimed wealth expert, and during her life leading insights and the knowledge that cannot be coached, she taught in her class. She's a teacher, she's a mentor, she's a champion, she's into holistic approaches, mental health, fostering supportive communities and empowering individuals to thrive, leveraging her expertise to drive positive change. And her dedication and commitment to serving people as their 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. friend, as they call it, she's made a profound impact, and she continues to inspire hope, resilience, and those around her. She's our 2025 EZWay Awards Hero honoree, and she's part of the 262 movement with our new women's channel. Without further ado, let's bring to the stage the one and only Sujata. Man, Sujata, they've been waiting for you.
What a crowd, boy. They're really cheering for you. Go, Sujata. Go. So you are someone that I basically say you resource challenges. You know how to bring the positive light out of whatever happened from the past. You resource that. So you are a lady of resilience for sure. How did that come about?
Well, if you see my logo, which was also created by you all, for which I'm very thankful, this book, which I talk about against all odds, is the brand, is me, is my visiting card, is my whole life journey. And anything which is negative can be made into positive. If we have a philosophy to look at it that way, then we can do some things. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of dedication, but that's who I am. Actually, from childhood, I've only learned how to overcome things, and that's what's in the book. And that is why I tell people to read my book, because everything that one can think of in terms of trauma and tragedy, it's all there. Except for being murdered, I've covered it all. So
Perseverance pays off.
Sujata, I want to remind you too, make sure you watch the screen as you're talking, because people are chatting and talking to you while you're on the show. And yeah, we want to know more about this book, but before we get into the book and before we get into your podcast and all the platforms that you have, I want to get to know Sujata. Your mother, we met your daughter. You came to the EZWay Awards Golden Gala. You guys actually donated into the auction. We're doing a lot of great stuff. Thank you for supporting Better Vision for Children. But talk to us about you being a mother and also balancing being an entrepreneur.
Okay. So as a mother, my journey of overcoming things or doing things, when a mother finds her voice, some mothers don't find their voice, but I did. So whether, let me give you an example. When my children were very small, actually my first daughter, it started with my first daughter when I found my voice as a mother. in the culture that I was born into, when the babies are very small, their eyelids are lined with lead, and they think that that will make the eyes look bigger or brighter. But actually, it's pure lead. Even if you make it at home or a store bought, you put that lead. And nobody, by that time, at least in my time, I did a research and I found out that the leading cause of blindness, one of the leading cause of blindness in the country, was because of putting that lead. And I took up the courage to say no to my mother-in-law. And it was a setup where they were very traditional, conservative, and they did not like that I found a voice to say it. And when they said, ironically, when they said that, oh, but your husband, our son, also had that. And I got my opportune moment to point out that my husband had got thick reading glasses from a very early age. And that actually made them quiet. And thereafter, there was no putting pressure on me to do that. Fast forward, if you see, from that time, I became the mother who would stand up for her children. And years later, when I had to fight for justice for my daughter when she got raped, I did that for 6 to 8 years. I would go to court every day, sometimes in diapers, because I used to suffer from stool incontinence, but nothing would deter me from my mission of fighting for justice. Whether I got justice or not was not the question. The question is that you do the right thing. You cannot control the results. What is important is your actions, and actions speak louder than words.
Oh yeah.
That's how I have become who I am.
Resilience. And
Well, I mean, it's interesting that you're talking. I mean, Dad, we got to go off of the vision because she's
I
talking
know,
about
I
the
was just
vision,
going to
and
say,
Better
yeah,
Vision for Children is
And
our
I,
sponsor of this show,
that's
and
amazing.
it's so beyond. Go ahead.
And to the second part of your question, which is how did I become an entrepreneur? That's when, during the toughest moment when the world ostracized us, and I met God in Barcelona, and that put me on my entrepreneur journey. Like I say, I wrote the book, but the journey was not written by me. And I started from being an entrepreneur in a foreign country right from scratch with no business background. And when the world, as usual, was telling me, you can't do it.
And
Amazing.
my question really was, how do you balance being an entrepreneur and being a mother? Like, what's your day to day, and how are you balancing the two? Because I know I'm having a tough time doing that. I'm not a
Yeah,
mother,
well,
but
Well, it is a very tough time, and it takes a lot of your physical and mental strength to do it. But as I said, and as I keep saying, it's just something I just do. So whatever can be done in 24 hours, that's what I do. And that's why I would say that I don't sleep very well, because that's how I'm 2 a.m., 4 a.m. friend. You can see even now it is actually 2 a.m. when I started this. But I just have to do things that I have to do, and that's the purpose. So if I can't do things, I don't stress and try to do things, because there are only 24 hours in a day, right? You have to sleep, you have to eat, you have to do the other things. So I just prioritize on what is most important. And
wait, sleep. What is that? I've heard of this thing called sleep.
Yeah. The
No,
well,
rare
you're.
commodity.
sleep is something which I don't do very well, and for
Yeah.
that I think it takes a physical toll.
I'm sure a
I
lot
try.
of people can relate to that. Post your comments if you can relate to being an entrepreneur that is trying to find where you find that time to sleep.
Well, Shizata, they say out of fire, gold is forged, Uh, the yin and the yang. You go through situations, there's something going to come out. Something's going to come out of it, and it's the resilience factor makes you stronger. And I tell people that when I hear about somebody had a heart attack or had this or that, I said, "Why are you worrying about it? All that did was make your heart even stronger. It was attacked, and now it's stronger. It's whatever the scenario is, you try to look at the positive side, and." And you mentioned the vision. That's what Better Vision is all about. And I've been working with, I worked with the California Alliance Kids in Sight program, and we've been doing a lot of testing research in Hawthorne. 9 schools, and there's 8 of us, and we go through about 550 to 600 kids per day. And out of every 100 children, and there's myopia, amblyopia, and so on, there's about about 6 or 8 different issues with the eyes. Almost most of them come across, and it's clear that they're okay, but about 25% have these issues. Now, you take every 100 children, and then you take that 25, and the next 25, and the next. That's These are only the kids we're testing, which comes to
However,
about
Wendy's like sleep. What's that? She agrees. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah. Another rare commodity. But
I mean, yeah, what you're doing is beyond incredible with the Lions Club International, and you guys can go to bbccharity.org to learn more about that. But my dad's literally going to like 13 different schools right now with Lions Club. It's pretty amazing to watch the testing happen. We're meeting a lot of parents, a lot of kids. But Sujata, this is your time. You're the guest. You said that you have a book that you're pushing right now. Tell us more about the book.
The book is my visiting card. It's my everything. So if
Go ahead, pull that up again and put it like right in front of you so we can, because you got the green screen. There, put it like right in front of you, like right in front of your face. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, cool. You saw it.
yeah, now we can see it.
Yeah, so you see, there is if you think about a library with thousands of books, right? You can't read all the books. So the book is the starting point of my journey, but it's also a way that, I feel very humbled when people take this book. They go to hospitals when they're going for surgery. They don't have anybody. They carry the book. They ask the doctor before surgery to talk to me, and they take it to their workplace. The book is on the bedside table of people when they sleep. It's basically a tool and a resource that when I am not able to be there for the world, when they need some advice and you find yourself alone in life altering moments, you can just pick up my book and read it. It's like I'm talking to you over a cup of coffee or a lunch. That's how I've written the book. Because
Oh.
there will be life altering moments when you have nobody. So what
So
do you
we
do
we
then?
have a comment coming into one of our, but we got 8 different destinations that we're streaming live on right now. And somebody said, "What exactly is it that you do, Sujata?"
That's a good question. I do a lot of things. So as you know, I'm a entrepreneur. So I manage my business, which is a management consultant, and depending on the projects that I get, then I'm a life mentor, which has resulted out of the book. And I have, if you go on my LinkedIn profile, you'll see the testimonials about people who have been impacted and who have had the grace and the courage to actually live a.
I'll do you one even better, Sujata. You're on the Wall of Fame, and so if you can I mean, you should actually add your social links to your wall, your
Yes,
website, all your
but
stuff. But people can, if you want to get connected to Sujata, guys, just go to the EZWAY Wall of Fame, click on connect, and then you can reach right out to her and shoot her a message. But go ahead and continue, please.
so as I'm honestly saying, the thing that I'm really bad at is social media. Okay, and that's where I always seek your help, because I'm bad at that. That's why my daughter gave that donation, so that I would get that help, because she knows that I'm bad at it. So I have all the presents, but it's something which I'm not very good at, posting things and doing it regularly, which I know how to do it, but I'm not very good at it. Number one. Number two, so that life mentoring takes up a lot of my time, because anybody can reach out to me with any problem that they have. Whether you are feeling suicidal or whatever. There have been women who have come on the webinars and said when they lost their son to suicide, and they have said, if we have not got shattered, it's because of Sujata's book and Sujata. So, so making an impact in one's life, and for people to come out with such testimonies, it just tells what work I'm doing. The other thing is, what did I say? Life mentor, author, you already, podcaster. So my podcast is called Hangout with Sujata. It's available on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, everywhere. And what I do there is to profile people who have the courage to talk about their journey, which they've never told anybody, or or the traumas they have faced. They come on my show. They have a playlist of songs. We tie up the songs with their journey. So that's a little unique kind of a podcast. It is not a Q&A, this thing. It's songs and your journey. And I
Well,
give the platform
Sujata,
for,
we're going to have to definitely get your podcast on Easy Way Podcast and add you to the 37 different podcasts that we have right
yeah,
now, so people can, more people can learn about what you're doing. So we'll chat more about that, and then when people go to your profile, they can go right to your to your podcast.
yes,
Um,
that is good.
I want to get into the award that we gave you. We gave you a very special award, and
Yes,
it was the Against All Odds
yes.
award. And you, like, we'll showcase your Instagram here real quick for you. The Against All Odds, that's like what you're really known for, and you're really involved with the stand-up, show up, speak up world with the Dub and the Women's Channel. But we gave you that award. Talk a little bit more about you know what is the Against All Odds with what you're doing, and then how do you feel about that award? Like, how was that experience and that energy in that room when you received that?
So I think I may keep getting awards, but the award that you gave me is something which will never be replicated and cannot there cannot be another award like that. What you essentially did for me was that you built my story, my award, my logo, everything, and I have become the brand. So I'm a walking, talking brand
Yeah,
of Against All
that's great.
Odds. And that is something which
That's kind of a
cannot be,
legacy thing.
yeah, it cannot be replicated. It cannot be, you know, you are like a living testimony of the award. That's what you all did.
Yeah,
And for that,
exactly.
I'm extremely grateful, because this award cannot be given on the topic of, it's the title of my book. The logo that you see behind, that was also done by you. Now that logo goes into everywhere that I go, that I sponsor, or that I'm a part of any collaboration. That logo goes with me and represents me and my brand. So the whole book, me and my work, they've all become the walking, talking brand, as I say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that video that we posted on the Easyway
Yes,
Family Instagram, which I'm looking forward to try to pop up for you guys. That was like, I think, 11,000 something views. It's gone viral. I think we had like 20,000 on Easyway News. Yeah, a lot of people are learning about you, Sujata, and your message and what you're doing. And I encourage that you guys don't just learn about her. You actually reach out to her on the Easyway app, the Easyway I app. But you've had a long journey. You've done a lot of stuff. What's five golden nuggets or three golden nuggets that you can choose to share with our audience, that you've learned, that, like, do's and don'ts? Give us like five. Like, give us like two do's and two
and to do
don'ts that
it.
you've learned.
Okay. So, do's and don'ts can be, the other side of the coin, right? Like you have one side of the coin and the other side of the coin. So the do's and don'ts actually complement each other. One of the do's is be yourself. In my podcast Against All Odds, I had this guest, David Talmor. He may or may not be alive just now, but he was an exceptional person. And he was so inspired by my story that he says, "You have to be heard more." And so he said, "I want to interview you on your own podcast," which he did. And one of the songs, which is again something which I relate to a lot, is called Be Yourself by Audio Slave. No matter what the situation in life is, that's all that actually one can do. Be yourself. I think it's by Chris Collins, and I think he also died early. So one thing is that society will dictate to you to be who you are, what you do, etc., at every given point of time, from the way you dress to the way you operate to the way you talk, speak, everything. But you should, if you want your own identity, you want your own character, then you have to be yourself. You have not to become, like, dictated by society and become a product of conformity. That is one. The other don't is that don't listen to people when they put you down. It's not who puts you down, it's who uplifts you. And people will always put you down, and people will always say nasty things. But remember one thing, even the ones who say good and the ones who say bad, if you start listening to people's perception, then you'll get split personality disorder, probably, is what my take is. And the other thing is, your character is defined by what you do. So it's not what you say you will do, it's what you do. It is, I think, a quote by Michael Jordan that's in my book. And that is my other thing, that, if you just do, your actions will speak for you. No matter what you say, no matter what others say, but your actions cannot be done away with. And this book, which I've written, is all about my actions. The other thing is, like, it takes a lot of courage to stand alone. You can
Wendy
be
says, great point.
when you can, if you want to be in a crowd and you want to be people pleaser, or you want to, not do anything, then you be in the crowd. But it takes a lot of courage to stand alone, and that is what you must do if you want to build resilience of your character.
When you mentioned the part about being you, I've always said, nobody could be you better than you,
Yes.
and be proud of that, because when I worked in special education, we used to delve into, some of these kids were so talented. You may not be the greatest basketball player or the greatest golfer
Yeah.
or whatever, but that one child may be really amazing at chess or something. And you grab that one particular thing you're good at and work on it and build your confidence, and built the confidence of these little kids.
That's right.
So Sujata, let's talk a little bit about the women's channel. You're involved with Deb. That's how we met. You came to the EZWAY Awards. That was pretty fun. Gold carpet, right? A lot of cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We introduced you to Ken Davidian. You got on Getty Images. You're all over Getty now. But the women's channel is really moving. A lot of Zooms, a lot of summits, and a lot of movement right now. Like a lot of advertisement. Where do you think, as being a member of Deb's community, being a part of the EZWAY family now, where do you think the women's channel powered by EZWAY Network is going to go a couple years from now? Where do you see this thing rising to?
Well, it's like I got the Rising Constellation Star award from Debs 262, which is the first. I would say that this is it's not a channel, it's actually a movement. And that movement can only go forward and rise to greater heights, because that's what I see happening in the short time that I know Deb. It was just actually a year back when I met Deb, and like I say, that everything that happens with me is not by random coincidence. That's why I say you need to see why I say I wrote the book but not the journey, because I must mention here, Mark Jarrett, right?
Oh
Mark
yeah,
Jarrett.
Mark Gerard's one of our members, man. Are you kidding
Yes.
me? He's one of the biggest WhatsApp amazing people. Yeah, shout out to Mark Gerard.
So he has about 500 apps. He's amazing I do not know how he manages those apps. But he's the guy who just knew that I was going to Vancouver, and he just put me on with Deb. And if Deb was not open and accessible, she might have ignored the message. But she invited me over for an event of hers. And that's where I met Deb. And that's how today I'm sitting with you guys. What I mean to say is that leaders have to be accessible and open. And when they are, then you make the connections and do. It's no use. You can have a title and designation, right? But if you don't meet with people, you can't even give your mobile number to people, then for me, it's a no-no. That
Well,
means
I love that you're saying that, because you're talking about accessibility. In fact, when I first started the EZWAY Interactive, the EZWAY Network, when I
yes.
first started this whole thing, I actually, before MySpace, I had a platform called EZWAY Access. It was designed to get you to people that you need to get to that are hard to get to. And now we're bringing that back, and we're taking it to a whole nother level where we're actually giving our members that are upgraded members, VIP members or higher, direct access to not just connecting with each other on the platform, but names, phone numbers, emails, how many social media followers, what's your annual income, how much of an email blast do you have, what's your target market. Like we're taking matchmaking to a whole nother level. So I'll talk to you more about that.
In fact, I know Eric from not now. I actually know Eric from a couple of years, because through Mark Jarrett, I have attended your pitch parties and all that. During COVID times, you were one of the people who were still, being visible, seeing things and doing things. So I remember that. So when I put in the put in the details, I saw that you're already there in my WhatsApp. That's the
Well,
beauty of.
I love it. I'm hearing that more and more. That's so awesome. So hold on one
Eric has
second, Sujata.
saved a lot of events that were going to be closed. They said, Eric, what are we going to do? We had a big event going on at the LA Convention Center, and they locked the doors. They canceled it because of the COVID
So
situation.
speaking of events, we're gonna go a quick little announcement break, guys. So there's a big event coming up tomorrow, actually,
Oh,
in
yeah.
Hollywood, California. It's called Top Talent Hollywood. You can see everything, all the events that we're involved with at EZWayEvents.com or on the app. If you download on Google Play or Apple Store, just search EZWay Family. But Top Talent Hollywood is a really big event that I will be speaking at, and I will be on the panel for. We're bringing a lot of our production. EZWay News is going to be covering it. We're bringing some celebrities out. And this is with a friend of mine, David Fagan and Isabel, that created Top Talent Hollywood. They are making major headway, major movements. Speakers like Lisa Nichols from The Secret will be there, and Jeff Hazlett, chairman of C-Suite Network, and been on The Apprentice with Donald Trump, and just all these amazing people are coming together for this thing. It's a huge event, and we will be rolling in all aboard limousines to attend. And you can get your tickets, and I have a special discount code for you if you guys want to come. Let me know. Just post a comment, and I'll give you that special code that gives you $100 off. And the networking is like honestly exponential. It's their superstar level. They have Fox Business, and they have like Bloomberg, and it's just a really big event coming up. And so if you want to know more information, just put a comment in. And definitely a shout out to them. They're also members of the network, so you can get in contact with them, get involved with more of their events and what they're doing. So in closing, Sujata, because we do have to get ready for our next guest coming up, which is the direct liaison, the assistant to the owner of a major platform that we're going to be getting involved with called OWL. You guys will hear more about that. 10,000 users we're bringing to EZWay Network. But Sujata, I want to give you the stage time. I'm going to take us away and look at this like this is a EZWay X stage, a TEDx stage, right?
Yes.
And I want you to just do whatever comes from your heart, whatever inspires you to talk to our audience, whatever you want to promote, whatever you want to use the stage for, it is 100% yours. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go.
You're right.
Okay, so those who are listening, and thank you for the ones who have put their comments on chat. Life, you never can know. It's not about age, and you cannot say when you will die. My only two thing is that this book should be made into a movie, and there is a sitcom which I have written in another book. I would like that to be made into a television show, because that is the legacy I want to leave behind. I can die tomorrow, and I hope that will not be the case, but one can never say. I have seen too many deaths and too many losses, and I just have this purpose and mission that should be done, because that is something which I gave to the world. I gave everything to the world through my book, through my sitcom, through my work, and I just want that to happen during my lifetime. So if you can appreciate that, please do so. Whosoever out there is listening, I hope that you all will be the human angel who will fulfill my dream. And lastly, is what I want to say, I am available to everybody. My mobile number is always there in the book, in everything that I do. You just need to, I'm just one call away, and doesn't matter what time. Just give me a call if ever you need me for anything. Thank you.
You're always there for people. And you have the relationships, the communication, the trail. You cover all the bases, and people can reach out to you with whatever situations they have. And what are you? They say for longevity, the best thing people can have, even better than exercise and diet, is purpose. And you definitely have the purpose.
And it's all there. Even when I'm gone, this book will be there, right?
That you created a legacy. Exactly.
Yes.
And it's going to carry on and on. So anything else that you see that's, maybe, what do they call it, something that you haven't had a chance to reach into, delve into yet? Is it possibly a movie? Or what's on the table for yourself?
Yeah, it's the movie. I want this book to be made into a movie because there is a celebrated Malaysian author, and she gave me one of the best reviews, which is now there in everywhere, which I keep mentioning, where she said that this book needs to be made into a movie.
Absolutely.
Not me only saying it; it's others who are saying it, and so that's what I'm saying.
I agree, Sujata, and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna turn you on to a lot of the executives and a lot of the people that I work with as a television and film producer. In fact, we're gonna be on a major meeting call with Netflix in a couple
Yes.
days for a project we're doing. So, well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you
I
for being
just
a
want
part of
to
the
say
Easy.
one thing. We have met, like I said, I know Eric from before, from some years back, but it's when right time, right place that you actually connect. So the deeper connection that we made now is not by us, it's by the higher power. So if you are
Absolutely.
the human angels to fulfill that dream, then that's what you are in my life. And I thank you very much for all that you have done for me.
Well, we
Oh, thank you
appreciate
for
you.
saying that. I appreciate it. And Mark, to answer your question, how you get a hold of Sujata, we will be putting in the comments her Easy Way profile link so you can reach right out to her, her Instagram, all that fun stuff. Thank you so much for joining us, Sujata. Great, inspiring time. Again, congratulations on everything that's happening with you. Thank you for using to choose your gifts that God has given you for good and for connecting. Thank you for doing the book. Thank you for being you, and we will bring you back again soon, and we'll follow your career. We'll follow the involvement, and hopefully the next time we bring you back, you'll be talking about your movie, which will be on Universal or Lionsgate.
Yeah.
Envision it.
And to all those who are putting the chats, I'm unable to do multitasking there because I've got limited internet action. But my website is best to just reach out to me on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is +65 9173 5302, or just find me on LinkedIn and then we can get connected.
I
All
want
right,
you to
thank you so
picture.
much, Sujata. And again, guys, all that information we'll teach you how to do it. Sujata will be right there on her Easy Way
Yep.
profile, which you can look for Sujata on the network and on the app. So thank you so much, Sujata. We're going to put you in the green room because next we're bringing up another special guest, guys. And this is an actual partnership. This is a joint venture. This is an affiliation that we're building, we're designing, and it's a new app. It's a big community called Owl, and this app pays you. Okay, I want you to really listen to what I'm saying here. This app pays you, okay, to answer the phone. It pays you to call people. It is a super incredible app, and this is a little bit more information about it, and then we're going to introduce you to one of the head executives of Owl, and stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Join the fastest growing community of professionals on the internet with Owl. Access new networks and otherwise unreachable professional contacts through the one-on-one call feature on the app. Scroll through the list of available professionals and join them for a quick call to build rich connections, expand invaluable relationships, and to broaden your professional landscape without needing lofty referrals. Owl. We bring vetted pros to your doorstep 24/7 on demand. Join our community by signing up at owl.com today.
And if you do want to sign up with that, you're going to use the special referral code EZWAY, so they know you're coming through the Easy Way family. So without further ado, let's bring her to the stage. She is directly under the CEO of Owl. She has had a vast experience of multiple corporate businesses, and she is the Owl. She's the one that makes it a hoot for you to be on the app. She is really the new Easy Way member that's coming into the Easy Way family, telling people about Owl. And we really appreciate your time, Ellie. Thank you so much for being here, Ellie. Everybody, let's give her a
Hello,
round of
Ellie.
applause.
Welcome to Radio Boomers Live.
Thanks. Oh, wow. Wow.
It seems like you're far, far away from being a baby boomer, that's for sure. But what you're doing, I mean, times are changing, and you guys are keeping up with it, and you really have to keep up, otherwise you kind of fall behind, right?
Totally, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because, we're talking about baby boomers. And, with the rise of AI and all of this tech stuff, I think our app is actually bringing back a little bit of that baby boomer energy where people would actually just connect on the regular phone. Like they didn't have the smartphones, and we're actually just really trying to connect people through one-on-one conversations. avoid all the messaging, avoid all the scammers, the bots, the AI, what's real, what's not, and just actually bring back some of that boomer energy, to really just be able to have a personal audio call with somebody.
So Wendy says that I love this. This is a perfect example of collaboration and affiliation. And so Wendy's one of our platinum members, and she says, I signed up with Owl a while ago, but didn't know what to do with it. Should I sign up again? Well, that's a great question, Wendy. And one of the things we're going to be doing, Ellie, me, and Jason, a lot of the executives with Owl, we're going to be creating a Zoom event specifically to show you guys how to use it, just like we do with EZWay Network, how to use it for your business. I love that. I love that Wendy said that, and I love the fact that you guys, for one, nobody knows the money, the time, the effort, the blood, sweat, equity that goes into putting a platform and a technology like this together better than me. And I commend you guys for the app user ability, the user simplicity. It's got to be very user friendly when you're doing this. And I know you guys have probably gone through a lot of stuff. Give us a little bit of behind the scenes, the speed bumps of building this Owl app.
For sure. Well, I will say Jason Hill, our founder, is really this, he's the one that started it all. He spearheaded it. And so really the company started about 3 years ago. And that just stemmed from, Jason is in the financial services industry. So he's a financial advisor, and he was feeling like, he didn't have any experience with apps before, but it was actually just, he was driving a lot for his financial services job, in the car all the time, you're doing sales, and you just like going door to door, stuff like that. And so he was like, I'm spending all this time in the car, but like I'm listening to music and podcasts, but it's just getting boring. Like I wish I could actually make this time in the car productive. So that's where he thought about the Owl app. He's like, I feel like it's so annoying. You have to text people and be like, how are you? Can we set up a call? Versus just picking up the phone and calling people. And so that's like why he created the Owl app, because he's like, when I'm in the car on my drives, I want to be able to just go see who I could call and network with and actually create opportunities for myself on the go. So like he had this idea, and then he just went with it. And it was like around COVID time that he came up with the idea too, where there was like people were craving connection extra. So, the app, I would say a lot of people download it. Maybe like, I think her name was Wendy, the one that was just messaging. She downloaded it in the past and didn't know what to do. And so a lot of our people, maybe in 2021, or 2022, I think, when it was first in beta, downloaded it. And, the user ability was maybe a little rough. The connection wasn't there. And every really couple months, there's been like new updates, new features added. It's really been like just a roller coaster. I joined the team 2 years ago, and even seeing just the progress that we've made with each update. And I think now we're at the point where we're kind of done the updates, and now, we're trying to bring those people back who started at the beginning that didn't really know what was going on. And I will say, for anybody who's listening, yes, we are going to be doing a Zoom tutorial together. I believe it's June 16th, something like that, or June 19th, I want to say, with Eric from EZWay. But we do Zoom tutorials every Thursday at 4 o'clock in our Instagram bio that answers like all the questions you might have. But for somebody who's starting at zero, just a couple tips to get you started. If you're like, what do I do? I would say, you sign up for the app. The first thing you want to do is make a profile. Put a professional photo there, just like anything else, and put a bio, a detailed bio of who you are, questions people could ask you on a call. Because no one's going to want to call you if they don't know anything about you or what you look like, right? They want to see, okay, this person is someone that I could vibe with or I could trust. Put a professional photo, not wearing a Snuggie, right? I'm not a good example right here. But yeah, so fill out your profile, and we have something called the Community Hub. So I always tell people, write in the Community Hub. It's not a sales thing. You don't want to be pitchy in there. Actually just write like who you're looking to connect with, or what you need help with. And then people will actually give you referrals, so you'll know like who you can call on the app. And then a third thing I always say is follow new people, request them to go live. You can find people in your industry, find people you want to connect with. And then of course you can make yourself available and people will call you and you can actually get paid for your time. So I know it's like a lot, but definitely joining the Zoom will be helpful.
You know, people seem to gravitate towards the familiar. Like if you go in a grocery store and they find a certain drink they see a lot and they're used to it, they buy it. And for what you have, a lot of people, it's so interesting and it's so beneficial what you have, but they might not grasp it the first time. So it's always good to run it by them again. It seems like what you have and what Eric has is so great, but you really have to run it by people a few times. Then they go, oh, okay, I'm going to go back and start using it, you know?
I know. I feel like the best way to describe it, because that's another thing when you talk about like the journey of just like, a lot of it is, yes, there's the technology aspect and getting that perfect. But then it's like, I'm sure you know too, the marketing aspect and explaining it in a way that people will understand that makes sense. And I just say it's like a networking event on your phone, basically. Like rather than going out and you go to a networking event usually with a purpose in mind. Like I want to connect with other people who can help me with XYZ at the event. But at the event, you're walking around, you don't even know, you're going to walk up to a random person, you don't know who they are, what they do, right? It's like hit or miss. Whereas this, it's like a networking event on your phone, except you know who all the people are, and then you can call them, is like walking up to them and having a conversation. So that's how I describe it.
We've had people enjoy events more when Eric created the, some of the events he did online or the metaverse, whatever. And people said, I'm into being in person with it. I like meeting the people. And yet some of them responded later and said, my wife and I couldn't make it from New York because we had an issue. And we went to it and we really enjoyed it from our living room,
Totally. And, there is benefit to going to things in person as well. Like, I'm not hating on that either. One of the funny things is, what happened with our app is you can see at where everybody's located as well. So we have people who are all, for example, in like the Las Vegas area, and they all became friends on the app. And then they started doing in-person owl meetups in Las Vegas with each other, with like all the owl people. And we didn't have anything to do with it. Like that was just their own, like they found people in their area that they loved. And then they decided, now we're an owl family. Let's all like meet up together in this area because we have this common interest of being entrepreneurs and loving to network. So it's just cool to see the ripple effect that something, I'm sure EZWay is similar, just seeing the ripple effect of people making connections beyond you is really amazing.
100%. And then basically, Ellie, I want to also make sure that we point out the message board and the way that people, like this is one of the things I really like. You guys have like a message board, a way for people to connect on posting messages of, hey, this is why you should call me. This is who I am. This is what's going on. And I actually have a surprise for you, which is someone I ended up meeting on Owl. And what ended up happening was him and his dad, they are going to be, they ended up purchasing a ticket. So monetization happened off of meeting this high school student actually. And his dad actually does software development and software training. So there was a good synergy there. And I asked him to come on the show with us to actually join us. So I could actually introduce him on the show and let people see real time what this app actually does. And Aiden called me, and he was just so eager for knowledge, and so just like ambitious to learn, and it was just a great conversation. Now we're friends. They follow me on Instagram. We're connecting. We're going to meet his dad. But they purchased a ticket and they're flying from Florida to be at this big event we're doing in Hollywood tomorrow. And how excited are you, Aiden? Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me on here. It's my pleasure being on here. I just want to say thank you, Eric, for inviting us out to California. It'll be my first time actually at West. So cool. I'm really I'm pretty nervous because it's my first ever like big event, but I'm practicing and I'm really looking forward to it.
And Ellie, have you met Aiden before? I know you probably work with tens of thousands of members. Do you know him?
It's actually funny that you mentioned that, or that he's here right now, because we talked for the first time on Friday. And I also was like super impressed by him, and just I was like, oh my god, you just got on the platform, you've already made like all these calls. And I didn't realize how young he was, because he was so professional and so just eager. And I was like, you need to be an ambassador right away. And then, we have like a whole team that kind of vets everyone. And then they were like, he's only 16 years old. And I was like, never mind, you're not allowed to be an ambassador. You have to be 18. But yeah, so this is.
Well, talk a little bit about that, Ellie. Not to interrupt you, but when you say ambassador, what does that mean? Because there's a lot of people that are actually messaging us from 8 different destinations asking about it. So people are interested.
Yeah. So basically, we have just the standard OWL membership, which is completely free. So you can try it out, and with the EZWAY code, you'll get $10 to actually call people. So there's that. Then once you actually start to use the app, when we see, there are people that have made at least 10 calls, made or received at least 10 calls on the app, then we have a specific team that goes in to see if they would be a good fit for our ambassador program. And how that works is all of our ambassadors are like representatives for the OWL brand, people that are big networkers, people that, just want to be part of a bigger community. And so basically, if you're an ambassador, you get a personalized code. So anything to do with what you do, like I'm a musician, my code is music. So you get this personalized code, and then anytime you give someone the code and they download and use the app, you get paid. So it's a way to, monetize extra. It's like an affiliate program. And then in addition to that, we have a VIP ambassador community, and we meet every week and we help each other. We're all mostly made up of entrepreneurs. There's like over 30 of us, and we feature a new ambassador every week. You're going to be the next one this week. And then if you're featured, you get actually help from all our community. Like you can share like what you need help with, and you ask like, I need to be connected to these people, and we all band together our resources and help you. So it's just like, it's a double, making money and becoming part of the community more deeply.
I love it. So we're hearing from an executive perspective. Now let's hear from a user perspective. So Aiden, talk to us about being a user, and what benefits have you received from the OWL app?
So I love the apps. I've only been on for like a week and a half, and I've met so many new people, so many great big connections that have just given me some amazing advice. And they've helped me with my with Relief Alliance, our nonprofit too. So I've met multiple nonprofits, I've met marketing people, video producers. So I'm just getting in all different categories and just learning new perspectives from different people. That's one of the reasons I'm on there, to just learn new perspectives. I'm so young, and people just treat me really well on the app, and I get paid for it. So
exactly. Well, one of the things we're doing is with Better Vision for Children and EZWAY Promotions is we're building kind of like a group, a coalition, a club for entrepreneurial parents that are helping their kids and allowing their kids to build and grow as an entrepreneur versus the 9-to-5 mindset. And that's one of the things that we talked about, which is what your dad's doing with you. So talk a little bit about this nonprofit and the entrepreneurial side of what you and your dad are doing.
So me and my dad, we started this nonprofit in late 2024. We saw that so many people across the country were facing so many different hardships, like about to lose their house or just facing homelessness. So we decided to step up and try to fix it little by little. So my dad, ever since I was young, he's always wanted me to create my own businesses. Like when I was like 11, I remember he tried to get me into like software and stuff. So I created my own business, my own YouTube channel, doing like yard work and stuff like that, trying to get some landscaping done. So I've just been, ever since I was young, he's always tried to push me to start my own businesses and things like that. And now it's great that we're finally able to work together and make an actual difference in the world, really. So we're just.
And I love that you're a father-son team. Me and my dad are a father-son team. It's awesome to see parents support their kids and actually let their kids do what they really want to do versus what the parent wants them to do. And that's what this group is for. And so what do you think, Ellie? So, you know, you
I
think sounds
mean,
like something Al would want to get involved with?
I think so. So right now, it's interesting you say all that because we're really getting involved now with universities, and you know, just like Aiden, there are so many university students that are looking for internships. They want mentors. So you know, we just finished with FAU. We actually were inside of their curriculum. It was part of one of their business courses that all the students had to try out Owl, make calls. Um, you know, just give feedback. A lot of them are like that younger generation, Gen Z, and maybe Aiden's not a good example because he's a diamond in the rough, but a lot of them are just texters and they're afraid to actually pick up the phone and call people. So I think that's been a really unique experience. I think for us, getting involved too young, like I said, it can get, we're typically like 18 or older for us, just because there can be some legal things with the really young ones. We have to kind of figure that out to be in the younger classrooms. But
2 more years, Aiden. 2 more years.
yeah, definitely. I think like I wish that I had something like this when I was in college looking for internships.
So Ellie, not to stop you, but we have another 2 minutes left, and we're going to end the show. What do you feel this collaboration is going to do with EZWay and Owl? Where do you see this going?
I mean, I just think that I'm so thrilled to have found somebody who understands technology and understands giving back and is passionate about networking like we are. I mean, when I went to your first pitch party, I was like, I need to get involved, and I found a way around to find your phone number to contact you to be like, we need to be partners. So I don't even know I think the possibilities are endless, and I'm just excited to see where it all leads.
I love that, and definitely a shout out to Eugene Mandelkorn, which is actually how we ended up meeting from the VIP pitch party on Zoom.
Yes.
And we appreciate all of our EZWay family members, and hopefully you guys lead by example. Look at what happened. Eugene invited somebody that he was a part of an app. He was a member of an app, and he said, "Hey, you guys should check this thing out." And it's just like blossomed into this like massive garden now. Like we're watering this garden, and so we definitely always want to give credit to where credit is deserved. Thank you so much for making the time for coming on to the show. Just so you know, Ellie and Aiden, you guys are going to be in front of 350 million viewers on iTube 247. You're going to be on the Faith channel, which is 150,000 impressions per month. You're going to be on Roku TV, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Actually, you're on there right now. We're live. People are watching it live right now in their comfort of their own home, as well as all mobile apps, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. I mean, we're in like 12 different destinations right now, or we will be. We're on 8 different destinations. So this is just one idea of the show and the podcast. Like people watching live, you see a couple people tuned in, but the replay and when we push it out on EZWay News, and so all of you guys that are watching this recording right now, I always talk about action takers being money makers. Don't just watch this show and go, oh, that sounded good. Watch this show and look through the articles, look through links that you can click on. Go to the OWL app, OWWLL, and actually be an action taker, okay? Be a money maker. You see it in the bottom in the scroll bar. It's www.owwll.com. Use the code EZWay. Get $10 to use the app. That's really cool. It's really nice of you guys doing that. And think about this. This is really going out to the coaches out there that have expertise, that have authority, that would like to get paid for their expertise and authority. This is literally an app that does that. You get your own booking agent app, in a sense. You know, in fact, I came up with a really cool kind of slogan for you guys, Ellie. This is kind of what I do as a brand maker, a celebrity brand maker. And here it goes. Look at the scroll bar at the bottom. Ready? This app pays you to call or be called. Real simple. Right? Which is what it is, right? You get paid to call or be called.
Well, yes, you get paid to be called. You have to pay to call, but essentially, if you're paying to call, that can lead to being paid.
But no, what I meant by that, okay, I want you to really think about this. If you call somebody.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I think I just got it.
Uh-huh.
Not just pays, this app pays anyway, like there's an opportunity.
I have someone
I
actually
download
from
it.
your
Yeah.
app that's going to be hiring me as a consultant. That's in this. It's in a pretty decent bracket, and I called them and I talked to them, and I'm being paid to call.
Yeah.
I'm also being paid to be called because when they're calling me back, we're getting. You see what I'm saying? So
Totally.
it's actually a pretty incredible thing that you're going. I'm glad to be on the ground floor. And though all of you influencers that want to steal this opportunity from me, you got to go through EZWAY. No, but thank you so much for coming on, Ellie. Thank you for
Thanks
coming
for
on.
having us.
And
Yeah, I
last final
appreciate
words
you.
for
So
from
great
you,
to see your face, Aiden. Oh my gosh, this was a great
Yes,
time.
it's great to meet you.
Yeah. Have
We'll
fun,
be seeing
guys,
you,
at the event.
tomorrow.
I wish I could be there.
Well, I'm
I
nervous.
so
I'm
wish you could be
excited.
there too, but we have like literally 25 events on the calendar from now until the end of this year.
Plenty of
we'll have
events.
you.
I'll be out in California in October. So if there's anything going on there,
And
count
probably a
me in.
Halloween party or something.
Yeah.
All right, well, I have to actually get on with the president of the Chamber of Commerce for Orange County, so it's kind of important. I gotta go, but thank you so much for coming on with us, Aiden and Ellie, for joining us. Again, guys, look up Ellie on the EZWAY Interactive app. Look up Aiden on the EZWAY Interactive app. They're there. Go connect. And thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Yeah, thank you for having me on here. Have a great day, everyone.
See you soon.
Have a good one. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to Radio Boomers Live. Dad, I'm so sorry. I gotta go, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you close out the show, guys. We're looking for your comments. We're looking for your shares. We're looking for your likes. Please help us to spread the word, and make sure you join us May 22nd for the next VIP pitch party, so you can have the same magic you watched on the show happen to you live on stage.
So, you want me to run by Better Vision for Children? You're going to close it out then? Okay, guys. There it is. Look at all the likes. A lot of calls. Can't answer all the calls. But guys, Better Vision for Children, bbccharity.org. We bring awareness to children's eye health. We follow through with the testing and the screening. And with that, I'm working with, we upgraded our testing units. And I'm helping with the Lions Kids in Sight, California Lions Kids in Sight program, and we're now involved in testing schools that are in Hawthorne, California, and we're averaging about 500 per day. We're going to basically go through about 8 schools to be about 5,000 children, and with that, part 2.
I don't know what happened, Dad. For some reason, your volume went down. But hey, guys, we're going to go ahead and say bye-bye. You can go to bbccharity.org to learn more. Keep tuning in. Go subscribe to RBLlive.com if you want to be involved with the show. Like I said, Dad, I got to go. I'm already late.
Go ahead, take off, Eric.
So I gotta jump off. Thank you so much, guys. Love you. We'll see you guys next Monday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Keep doing it the easy way. And Radio Boomers Live is now signing out. Bye-bye, guys.
So long, guys.